So Ben, do you like ice cream? Oh God, he's touching my head. Oh,
I was trying to make this. I was trying to make the silence as uncomfortable as possible.
the problem is
I know that won't be as beneficial to anyone listening because it's audio. But
well, the problem was you reached for the headphones, but the microphone is in front of us.
I was going for your headphones, but then I got your hair, so I thought, well, I'm here now.
Well, yeah, fine.
We're in that area of the equator.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for choosing to drop by tonight as we have a special guest on the show. This is George is joining us from the Best Little Horror House in Philly. Hi, George. How you doing?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
No trouble at all, and apologies in advance. You've reached officially the bottom of the barrel with us, but you know it's neither here nor there. George, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your podcast is about and what you do?
Sure. So my podcast is the podcast where we talk about the best horror movie ever made, according to our guest at least. Basically, what that means is I'm completely hands off in the selection process. Whatever movie our guest wants to talk about as the best is the movie that we talk about. And for the duration of the episode, I agree with them that it's the best horror movie ever. And we talk about their history with horror, their preferences in terms of like subgenre and stuff. And then we move on to the actual movie, its place in cultural context. We break down the themes, the plot, all kinds of good stuff. And then at the very end, we summarize what makes it the best horror movie ever made, and it's a good time. You know, it's very positive, which is not always the case these days. And it's just nice to have a place to be enthusiastic about horror and not have to feel like I have to be on the defensive at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you were on that, weren't you, recently?
I was. I recently had the good pleasure of dropping in with George as we talked through the 1973 countryside horror film The Wicker Man.
That's right.
Which was very good.
Have you had anyone talk about the devils yet?
Not yet.
No.
Sounds like I'm hearing another episode in the future.
Ben's vying for a spot there. He's,
if I can think of anything worthwhile to say that lasts beyond 4 minutes, I'm sure that would make good. But yeah.
Oh, that would be one I would tune into. Definitely, The Devils is a total trip. But yes. So obviously, this is going out a little bit later on after I recorded this. This will probably be going out around about March, April time, so quite a bit away from when we're actually recording it, which is October. So my episode probably will have been out and is currently in the world.
Yeah.
But I invited George onto our show whilst we took a look at a perennial slasher favourite, The Ice Cream Man.
A favourite by who?
Don't ask too many questions, it'll hurt your
Just
head.
in the Howard family, it's a favourite.
Yes, Clint Howard is probably the only person who will truly and properly stand up for this one. But it's got a couple of nice moments. So we will get the show on a roll. We currently have a black screen queued up. Thank you. And we will just adjust the volume slightly so that we're not deafened by it.
Before we start, I also would like to shout out the Two Roads Brewery. I'm currently drinking a Rosemary's Baby pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin and spices and then aged in a rum barrel with vanilla beans, and it's quite delightful.
See, Ben, this guy gets it. Whenever I do that, you laugh at me.
Rosemary's Baby Brewery, that sounds very disturbing.
Well, Ben is drinking
That sounds like
Thatcher's...
something Charles Manson would drink.
Ben is drinking Thatcher's cider and I am on the Sprite, as unfortunately I'm designated driver for the evening, but we'll roll through things as we can.
Alcohol to rub it in his face. I only drink if it's at someone else's expense, you see.
Right.
Yeah,
hey, I get
Otherwise
it.
it's pointless. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get the show rolling. We're on a black screen. We're queued up to 000, and we will be clicking play on the film in 3, 2, 1, play.
Ah! That's the sound that you know it's playing. Double Steam Productions.
I've heard of Springsteen, but Doublestein?
What a double... that explains it. A David M. Goldstein Productions.
It's
what
one
Goldstein
Steen too many for any of us, really.
They wrote that book in 1984.
Apestein, or Apstein.
I always practice positive abstinence. So. Are the levels all right for you, George? By the way, just while we're streaming on
Those
Cosmic for
titles
this.
are excellent. Red text. That's all you need.
So, George,
the very slightest of drop shadow.
From what I gathered, you didn't have too great of a time with this one necessarily.
I thought it wasn't bad. I mean, it let's just say that it feels longer than it is, but I certainly had an okay time with it.
We're less than 10 seconds in. What's happening?
The mafia turned up and gunned down an ice cream man, and then another kid has just eaten the ice cream out of the dead man's hand. Clint Howard is looking very good there.
10 seconds in and I'm already pulling a confused face.
Why the ice cream man, though? Why? Like, they were clearly going for him.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
I mean, I love how every kid in every horror film is like that. They're like sort of on Vicodin. They just don't give a shit. Their ice cream man got killed. Who gives a fuck? He's got red food colouring down his face. Oh, that's fine.
It's all chill. It's fine.
Starring Lee Majors the second.
I never liked the sequels.
The sequel to Lee Majors. Wait, that's Jean Michael Vincent?
Yeah.
Airwolf?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're in for a good time with this.
David Warner?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is he one of the Warner brothers, do you think?
Unfortunately, he's the Warner sister. So.
This is far too much for me to take in. I'm going to have to lie down. I'm sorry.
For clarity, one of the things that we regularly do is Ben will get told the name of the film in advance and will quite often go, I'll just pick it up on the day. So
not something that's going to happen today, I think.
No.
I don't know what this is.
No.
What's a film? Why are we watching this?
It's been a bit of a mesmerising day
It's
for
not
all of
just
us.
any makeup effects, it's special makeup effects.
Sure is.
Yes. They go one further with the ice cream man.
This isn't your dad's makeup effects.
It's really weird because the film that we watched before, the main actor in that was his first film was in a film called
David
Mr.
Duck.
Ice Cream Man.
Wow.
So it's a bit of a linked evening.
Yeah. Ice cream kind of day.
Clint Howard is probably the best part of this film.
Yeah.
Just for how bizarre he is in it.
I like the choices that he makes in this movie, to be honest. Like if I had never seen Clint Howard in a movie before, I might just be like, oh, this is just Clint Howard being like himself and he's a lunatic. But like he's in Rock and Roll High School and he's fine in it. He's a pretty good actor. And so this is clearly like a choice that he's making to be this lunatic, and it works perfectly. So he's certainly unnerving.
Absolutely.
How long is it before one of us says inconceivable in a funny voice?
The countdown is on now.
Oh, God, that's gross.
Oh, no. It's evil ice cream. That is not what you want.
No. It's literally the last thing you want.
I hope that kid got bullied for his fucking horrendous jumper.
Yeah, that's not a good jumper. Give me 2 scoops of rum and raisin, 2 of strawberry, and 1 of the laxative cockroach ones, please.
Okay, good question. What's everyone's favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, I don't like ice cream.
Yeah, Ben doesn't like ice
Wow.
cream. He had a traumatic experience. Which was
Shut
like
down this episode.
I got bullied as much as Macaulay Culkin over there in the Pied Piper. In the Page Master.
I'm a sucker for a good chocolate. I do like a rocky road. That's the problem, you see. You guys over in the States, you get like 999 flavours of ice cream. We get like 3.
Oh, man.
We've got Ben and Jerry's, but they're on a very limited run. And outside of Ben and Jerry's, it's like you get mint, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, and possibly toffee, and that's it.
Handshake?
Wow, toffee sounds good, though. We don't get toffee-flavored ice cream here. That sounds rad.
Yeah, it's basically like full of caramel, and it's got like fudgy bits all on top.
That sounds so good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's really good.
He's got sandy ice cream.
Yeah, he sure
goodness.
does.
It's ice cream.
Don't do it. Tuna.
Eat it.
Oh, he's
Eat
so
it.
pleased with himself.
3-second rule, my brother.
3-second rule.
2-second rule. 1-second rule. Depends on what mood you're in.
I like the noise, the sound effect that followed her down.
This is so 1992. It's physically hurting me.
You know what? The year
I keep
is
expecting the Spin Doctors to come in.
Oh god, this camera.
Oh no! Look at that, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's
This one got to get about it.
Can I just say, Larry Clark's Kids has really gone downhill in my estimations on the rewatch.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Here's Savile.
This never ends well.
This guy also seems like a villain.
Yeah.
No, I reckon he's a good guy. He's the hero.
Yeah, it's like Home Alone, where you think that the old man is in fact the scary killer, but not the case.
You've got Macaulay. You've got this guy. This film is basically Home Alone 3: Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, sure is. And it's oozing because of all the cockroaches.
It's oozing because of his juices.
Ugh.
I love this look of American Swings, don't you?
Yeah, those American Swings look really good. We don't have those over here.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah,
They have swings, but they don't look like that.
Ours are usually made of like hard rubber.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect for you like lay down on your stomach on them. You get a little Superman action going.
I can dig that. You see, the thing that we normally try and do is get people over the bars on them.
Oh wow.
Which usually ends in concussion. So.
Yeah.
This is the best Soundgarden music video I've ever seen.
Do you think is that half and half bar like a creamsicle?
I'd like to think so. I mean, I was mesmerised by the Garfield ice cream bar. I want to try that.
I actually never said my favorite ice cream. I like my favorite flavor is like mint chocolate chip, just in general. But in terms of like ice cream man ice cream, I'll go Choco Taco every single time. That is the best.
What's Choco Taco? That sounds amazing.
Oh my god, it's the best. So it's like a waffle cone taco shell with vanilla and hot fudge inside, and then a chocolate like shell holding the whole thing together.
Oh god, I'm into that.
It's
Dan's
amazing.
got a stiffy right now.
It's lifting the desk up. I'm not gonna lie.
His desk is about 4 feet off the ground. I'm not joking.
Hey, I can't blame him.
Meanwhile, Ben is giving a look like he's just seen the cockroach ice cream again.
Iced cream.
So
what is this nonsense?
What? So Ben, what Tim Burton Batman style tragic event led to you absolutely hating and wishing death on ice cream lovers?
That dog.
That dog
ripped my bollocks off. That's what happened.
Tragic, truly. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gonna give him doggy death ice cream.
Oh dear.
Poisonous.
Ice cream famously poisonous to dogs. Ah, it's a knife.
Uh-oh. It's a naughty ice cream.
I like that he had that on hand.
Just keeps it ready.
You can't be too careful in this day of
man.
Trump.
You know he always keeps that thing on him.
Yeah.
That little stupid fucking synth jingle. Ding, ding, ding.
No, Nurse Norton, I didn't hear anything.
I wonder what age he started balding.
2. But the weirdest part was
fantastic hemline.
The weirdest part was for the first 2 years of his life he looked like Art Garfunkel. And then it just straight off.
It looks like they want us to believe that this lady is old, but she's clearly not old.
Yeah.
She's my wife. Her one film role.
Well, congrats to her.
Oh, she's meant to be his mum?
She's like a motherly figure. It's like she's the nurse that took care of him.
Oh, I love a good up close shot of dogs being fed into an ice cream machine.
I feel like you could re-edit this into a really good 90s grunge video. All the iconography's there.
Maybe something in the vein of 9 Inch Nails, maybe.
Yes. I want ice cream, you like an animal.
Tomorrow's special ice cream flavor is Barklet.
I love the fashion in this movie.
It's pretty great.
So terrible. It's so terrible.
It's reminding me a little bit of the Weird Al music video "Dare to Be Stupid." You know, it's got that kind of nuclear aspect to it.
No,
where everyone's wearing suits.
That's more 80s. This is like early 90s.
Yeah.
Like New Kids on the Block, Spin Doctors, fucking.
Everybody's wearing ripped flannel.
Hey, I am currently wearing cut-off sleeves, so I can relate.
The dream of the 90s is alive and well.
That's right.
Philly.
That's right.
My shirt is giving me the fear right now, so that probably.
Ben's today chosen to wear his shirt from 1967. So
vomit-inducing Grateful Dead T-shirt.
Wow.
I love the fact
that doesn't narrow it down.
Just says. I love the fact they've got a print on the wall that just says aubergine.
That's classy here in America, because otherwise you just call it an eggplant.
How European.
Yeah, exactly.
They have another poster wall, just a circle on the scroll on the wall just says egg. And it's misspelled.
No, it says oof.
I feel like what you were saying, George, about that woman who was acting older than she was. I feel like I'm getting this vibe a lot from this film. Like, she feels like she's acting older than she is.
Yeah.
She's got a kind of old woman, beware of the haunted hill sort of vibe going on.
Wow, that was a nice fade to black there.
Very tasteful. Oh, here we go, John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, man.
Brilliant. We've gone to European art house territory so quickly.
I bet that actor was like, that was his thing. He was a scary clown.
I bet that wasn't an actor. It was probably just like someone that they pulled on who was like just hanging around the set.
They just found him on the street.
Just opened the door. Hey, kid, want to make $5?
Hey, kid, want some spice?
Are you all right, Gregory?
Difference now, Mum, isn't it?
Oh.
Wow, that hairline is really something.
It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a drug. I mean, you start off eating on the vanilla, and then before you know it, you're scoring H and eating butter brick like you never knew it.
Oh, he actually does love butter brickle, so that does check out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone can hear that, but Dan's Google wanted to be in the commentary at one point. It just started going on about something.
My Google Home started talking about cannabis.
I'm calling the police right now. They'll be with you in 4 minutes.
Please do not leave the house.
It's okay. It's mine. I have my medical card.
Sweet,
Well,
we're covered.
Yeah, but you're allowed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'll cover for you guys.
His shirt is humongous.
It is.
Why is his shirt so big?
That's just tuna, baby.
Typical
I
tuna.
don't like it. Wear a shirt that fits you, boy.
I bet he's so proud of that little scale model of the Washington Monument.
Why do you have a penis on your desk?
It is, of course, phallic.
Why have you let children in your office? You are a grown man. You're not the president of anything. Let's just pretend.
Yeah, what could he possibly be the president of? That's not a...
He's the president of getting down. He's the president of that lady.
I construct scale models of bland and uninteresting full-size models.
They only make obelisks.
Yeah.
3 buttons is a little 90s, Mr. Wayne.
We used to be in charge of building.
Look, there's another
tetrahedrons
obelisk.
until we lost...
There's 2 on his desk.
We used to be in charge of building tetrahedrons until we lost the license.
Oh, man.
Now we just...
That was a rough year for Obelisks Incorporated.
Look at that. Dayglow shirt, his fucking baggy hoodie. The fashion in this film is sickening.
I love it.
I'm able here as fashion expert. That's my criteria.
Sartorialist.
Apparently. I'll do the rest of the commentary like, oh my god, look at that guy's throat. It's like, oh my god.
Very slowly turns into a fashion parade.
Hell yeah.
I love that they've got like 8 variations of rocket lollies.
Yeah, they also definitely did not pay Nestle for that Nestle Crunch spot there.
This is a Nestle advert.
Yeah, the whole time. They famously do have cockroaches in their ice cream, so.
Of course, the big question that's being asked at the moment is, where can I get some dog-flavoured ice cream?
I don't know, but it's only $2. That's a friggin' bargain.
Steal, man.
That's not like £6.
Yeah. Yeah, it tastes like pate, but, it's fine. Oh, God. Those mice are too clean.
They are clean. Also, that one's very cute, to be honest.
It is. Who's been washing the mice again?
Shame it was killed.
That was like a lab rat or like a lab mouse, not like a gross city mouse like I'm used to seeing.
See, this whole film is vomit-inducing to me. The clothes, the ice cream.
The thing that really gets me like sick is him like just manhandling the ice cream, like just pushing it down with his hand. Really gross to me.
It's fabulously gross.
I wonder which Halloween store they bought those fake eyes from.
Okay, I want you to pay very close attention to what part of the eyeball he cut out there, because it is not the same one that we see.
Not the iris.
No.
He went clean through that sucker.
Just for you.
Hello, not creepy ice cream man.
Eat up before it gets reanimated. That is definitely not the same eye.
No.
As if you wouldn't fucking notice that ginormous, obvious eyeball.
Just get ready, man, because he like rolls it around in his mouth. Like,
hey, ice cream man, there's an eye in my ice cream. Well, of course it is. Otherwise, it'd be sea cream.
Wow, great joke. I love that joke.
That's the lowest it will ever go.
That makes sense.
Good night, everybody.
Look at my aviator shades. That makes perfect sense.
One of my...
Oh, fucking, we don't need shots like that. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
Like, also, just bite it. If you're gonna bite it, just bite it, dude.
Yeah. Even if there wasn't an eye in his eye scream, we don't need shots of people eating.
It wasn't even a whole eyeball. It wasn't rounded. It was like a...
Is this like the town slut?
Yes, basically.
I'm aware I'm slut shaming, but you know. Give me some soft cream. Oh. I hang out with children. My life is very inappropriate.
Ha. He made a fart noise.
Die. Fuck you, Brendan Fraser.
That's tuna, baby.
It's all right, Ben. It's all right. Ben will be one back when The Mummy comes out in a few years' time.
Hell yeah.
When The Mummy comes out in 9 years. I hate the way it looks.
Next.
You're really not a fan of the style,
It looks terrible.
It is really like a gross looking movie. It's just like an ugly shooting style.
Exactly. It is that, exactly that.
Aggressive is probably what I would suggest it's called. It's an aggressive style of filmmaking.
The color too, like I don't know if it's color corrected or what, but there's like a weird muteness to all the colors on it. Like that kid's shirt feels like it should be brighter, and it's very bright.
I don't know if it's just the quality of the copy you've got, but I agree with George when I say it feels off.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
But not in the way that the filmmaker's intended.
Right.
Like, it just feels... I don't know.
The copy of the film that we're using at the minute was released by Vinegar Syndrome. They are usually pretty bob on for following, the sort of director's instructions on how to present the film. So my guess is that this is how it was presented.
Right. Which is bad.
But it isn't. Yeah.
When it came out on Betamax.
I imagine VHS does enhance this experience somewhat. I think if you've got that lower resolution...
the worse it looks, secretly the better it looks.
They released it on the internet, on stupidvideos.com.
Well, do you remember when we did a commentary a while ago for Bloody New Year, which is the only film we've ever seen where the further back you go in terms of its release history, the better it looks.
Do you think there's a lens that's wider than that shot?
I think that's the widest lens in humanity.
Terry Gilliam is looking at that and going, mate.
Oh, 1 second. I'll be back in a second.
Dan's gone for a moment. He's got to get our food. I'm riding solo.
No problem. We've actually been joined on this side by my cat Stevie, so we have 3 people regardless.
I'd love to have my cat back. When I moved into my recent apartment, we couldn't get a cat, so I had to give it to our to my grandparents, and it's very sad.
I'm sure.
Dan's brought food.
Yeah. That's for you.
Thank you very much.
This is for me. I'll just go and scrub up, and I'll be back in a second.
Dan's going to scrub up. Okay, I think... even though I've only looked away for a minute, I feel like I've missed 2 hours worth of plot. Why is she doing that?
She's crazy, man.
That is a good character explanation for any motivation. I bet she said that to the director. Why am I doing this? You're crazy. Okay. Fair enough.
Tuna's really killing it with the hoodie here.
I would hit a kid with glasses.
Sorry,
so you all know.
All I heard then, because I didn't hear your side, was I would hit a kid with glasses.
How long has this kid been reading the Pied Piper? It's not that long of a book, dude.
He can only read it
He can't really.
It's like
3
days
words a
later.
day.
He's still lugging that thing around.
And he carries a book with them when they're out on the Raz.
That's yours.
Probably.
As is the custom, by the way, on here, we always order takeaway when we are talking about the films, and our takeaways just turned up.
We have terrible diets and lifestyles.
So we now enter the chewing portion of the commentary.
Wonderful. They'll really get the full experience between me slurping on my beer and you guys chewing.
I've got beer too. I get best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You're the middle of the Venn diagram.
It's the comedy dining experience. The dining is a critical...
And when Dan called it that, it wasn't just a joke. He meant it fucking literally.
Yeah. We do actually eat when we... Well, the original reason we called it that was because... Is this a story we should tell?
It was my idea. I called it that.
We got really, really annoyed by a comedy troupe.
Me. I called it that. It was all me.
There was a comedy troupe who were doing really, really rubbish themed dinners in the style of UK sitcom characters, and they went by the name The Comedy Dining Experience. And so for a laugh...
What happened to that cat?
I don't know. So for a laugh after we saw a few of their events, we decided to start a commentary series called that, and then we very quickly outranked them on SEO, and we basically just like almost shut them down.
That's really funny.
And Dan is so pleased.
That's petty, and I love it.
Yeah,
Dan is very petty. He's a very petty man.
Yeah, that's me.
I respect it. I gotta respect. Philadelphia is a petty town.
He creates grudges very easily. Look at Macaulay Culkin. He's like, why?
It's hard to meet friends,
He's like, look at my life. Look at my shirt. It's sickening.
It must
I'm
be.
in a constant state of acid reflux.
He still looks like he's sick.
It must be bad when you're hired in to play Poundland Macaulay Culkin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially, just as his fame was kind of... Would you say it was at his height, or does he say it was just on the way down?
Why does he have John Lennon glasses on?
I would say it's
That's a
high.
good question.
Uh-oh. Drama.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
A perfectly clean... That was not bloody.
What? Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
I just noticed that.
That was really funny. Tuna. Coming in hot.
Ah, bloody tuna. So, George,
That's so cool, man.
I don't think I've ever actually asked you this question. Obviously, on your show, you find out what people's favourite films are, horror films are, and sort of analyse them a bit deeper. What's your favourite horror film?
Wow. Coming right in with the tough questions. I mean...
You can't say that. That's an industry secret. That'll ruin the rest of his podcast.
Or is it like the Colonel Sanders thing? If he reveals the person's voices, it's...
Well, the thing is...
Like, no one knows what John Peel's favourite song is.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason that I can at least give something is because, you ask... You get a different answer depending on the day, It's impossible to pick a favorite, really, because there's so many great ones. I would say that maybe the movie that still scares me the most is probably The Thing, because it's just that body horror really gets to me. I like the idea of it being like so close to human but just off really unnerves me. So The Thing still really scares me.
That's what I thought's like the key to like good sort of like monster creation or like body horror is that something that's like kind of human but not really.
Yeah, just next to.
Like, yeah, it's enough so that you kind of partially recognize it, but at the same time it's alien enough.
Yeah.
Enough that you don't,
Yeah, you get into the uncanny valley, and it works to the film's benefit a lot of time because you're unnerved on a more like core level.
Yeah, there's probably some deep Freudian psychological reason for it. But yeah, it is that. Yeah, definitely.
But I would say my current obsession is Solaris, the 1970s Andrei Tarkovsky version.
Oh, yes.
It's just beautiful, first of all. Like, it's absolutely beautifully shot. And it has this real Soviet melancholy to it that I could really appreciate in the time of COVID. And
absolutely,
it's just great. And it asks these, like, serious questions about, like, how can you possibly love anyone if you can't even really know them ever truly at their core? And it does a great job exploring that and what the ramifications are, and maybe it's better not to know. And it's just a really great movie.
No, absolutely. It sounds like a winner. I mean, I was going to say, in terms of Soviet cinema, I'm not as well versed as I would like to be. I know there's one film, if you like that kind of melancholy, all is lost style grimness that only the Soviet Union can really provide. I don't know if you've seen Letters from a Dead Man.
Not yet. It's on my list, but I haven't actually seen it yet.
It's a very, very bleak film.
Classic.
Because it's sort of a lot of nuclear apocalypse movies are very much centered from the West's perspective, and the humanity of the destruction of society as we know it. But Letters from a Dead Man is one of the very few films that sort of deal with the nuclear apocalypse from the Soviet side, and it is a total trip. It's just so bleak.
That's cool.
Throughout.
Stalker kind of does that a little bit as well too, which is also Tarkovsky. Yeah. It's really cool to see that other perspective because I mean, especially here in America, I can't speak for the UK, but certainly things are pretty siloed in terms of the American education system. We're not doing a lot of exploration of how the Soviet people felt about the Cold War and stuff. It's all very Americanized and sanitized through the American perspective. So it's really, I think, important to explore this stuff and get the other side of it. And also, I think it helps that there are some really great filmmakers coming out of that time.
No, absolutely.
It's sort of, I think of like films like Fred's and The Day After came from our fear of the Russians nuking us or nuking the West, as it were.
Right.
And it's like they were just as much in fear of that as we were.
Right.
Like it could have been us in the Cold War who launched the first strike. We don't know. Mm-hmm. We do know, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like we know what actually happened, but what I mean is like It
would have been very easy for a parallel existence to happen, and so it's easy to put yourself in the shoes of imagining that.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you said. Shoes at the exact same time that a pair of shoes came on in the film. That was very well timed.
That was planned. This is all scripted.
This is all everything. Even this, what I'm saying now, is scripted.
Yeah, the big reveal.
Dan munching away on his kebab. That was all scripted.
Oh man.
Look at yeah, for clarification, Ben bought a 12-inch cheesy garlic bread pizza, and I'm currently knee-deep in garlic mayonnaise and kebab meat.
Wow. That all sounds pretty damn good.
It does its purpose. First thing I've eaten this today, by the way.
That's not unusual for you, though.
No, it's not.
This music is terrible.
It's almost as terrible as his 20 jumpers he's got.
Hey, it gets cold in the ice cream aisle.
You were saying before about Clint Howard making his choices. Do you think he made this choice to look like he kind of needs a poo?
Yes, I do.
He's kind of like he's not. Hello, I'm character actress number 5.
Yeah, it looks great, lady. Get a dozen.
right.
That's a really funny line. This kid's not hidden at
He
all.
looks like he's been crippled.
Wow, unbelievable. Where is that fatty?
Let's see, corkscrew, butterbrickle,
Where is
small
that
child.
ginormous child you couldn't possibly miss?
Wait a minute.
He wouldn't be near fruit and vegetables. He's too fat.
How did that even happen? How did that happen? He's so obtrusive.
What on earth is happening now?
He's running away on the. Oh my god! How did he miss that?
I think he's doing the opposite of running. That is the laziest.
Oh
escape
my
I've seen
god!
from anyone in my life.
Guys, I gotta say, I'm just the right level of intoxicated for that.
Does it?
This is perfect.
Does he have 10/20 vision as opposed to 20/20 vision? You can only see on like half of his face, like he's had a stroke.
Anything past the centre of his nose on the right side, no chance.
Uh-oh.
Where the fuck are we now?
The butcher room.
Ben, you keep asking where we are now, like it actually matters.
I like that they clearly imply that this guy is supposed to be intimidating, but why do they immediately have him be like, I'm not gonna hurt you? Like, pick what? Like, I don't understand why.
Pick a lane.
Yeah. Because they immediately cut to this. He's clearly okay. There's never any actual, like, fear of him getting hurt. So why have him shot in this intimidating fashion?
Fucking Ernest Scared Stupid had more threat than this.
The worst part of it is this is the second best film we've seen tonight.
Wow. That's not ideal.
Why are those flowers so... Oh, they're not real. Ignore what I said.
That'll do it.
Sorry, I was chewing very loudly.
Whoop,
I didn't
whoop.
hear what you said.
You were going nom 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 nom.
That was
nom,
me.
nom,
Oh,
nom.
crap, it's the feds.
Cheese it, it's the feds.
Fuck 12.
Fuck you, I have a beer.
of all the days to get into the illegal obelisk game.
You're clearly evil, you have a bow tie. You're clearly evil, you're not talking in actual human voice.
No.
You're talking in some kind of strange evil voice.
Where are all these murders happening? Let's ask the sweet old lady, the Boy Scout, or evil Clint Howard.
I just realized that my Clint Howard in Ice Cream Man impression is just Bartok from Anastasia.
It's been so long since I've seen that film, I'm going to have to dig it up after
Yeah.
this and just double check.
Yeah.
But
Oh no!
supercut in.
Everybody, you need to watch out.
See, now I'm hearing...
Sounds like Red Howick.
I was going to say, now I'm hearing Morocco Mole from Secret Squirrel.
Now it's falling apart in front of me. To be honest, I'm in my head about it now.
It's okay, George. You'll always be a winner in our hearts.
I appreciate that, fellas. Ah,
Oh, shit.
There's nearly a lens flare coming off his hubcap.
That's like $5 worth of damage.
all right. They're just getting started, though, man.
Oh no! You're trashing my already trashy-looking fucking gaff.
It was already ruined, and he is in the process of restoring it.
Ah.
Ice Cream King killed in drug-related shooting.
I like how you'd have a headline of your world-changing event on the
Yeah,
wall of your fucking
that's wild. I guess it's like a memoriam.
Back in the glory days.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ben. Directly in front of us, we have that framed photo that says "Film Archive burns to ground. Redhead arrested." Do you remember?
That's
was
called
foreshadowing,
setup.
Ben.
Yeah.
Snap.
All that line delivery. Jesus.
Do you know how long
If
it
some-
takes to make butter brickle?
If someone fell into that thing, they'd probably get torn into a million pieces.
Well, that just balled my hairline.
Clint Howard can only recede so much, Ben. He was very
bald jokes today. We're so mean.
Yeah, today's show has been brought to you by baldness.
That guy looks like Alec Baldwin.
Today's show has been brought to you by xenophobia and jealousy.
Xenophobia, baldness, and jealousy.
That's the trifecta.
The primary motivating factors for TYTD's YouTube career.
He does look like Alec Baldwin.
Right? I have expected to be like, ice cream is for closers.
Have you done the deed, Ben?
Well, ice cream man, we're sorry.
We're getting back up to 100%.
Because that's the FBI's big sort of priority. Serial killers, terrorists, ISIS, and ice cream men.
They
were after the US mail for like a decade, so...
Yeah. There's the 19-year-old playing a 55-year-old.
Neighbor, landlord, and guardian.
I say, oh.
She does declare.
Who was that terrible ice cream man? Woo!
Oh, I'm so...
I just want to make children happy. It's me, Clint Howard.
Who is also very slowly morphing into Wario.
Wow.
Oh, well, I remember it. George, Ben is a very big on cinema fan, and I told you just before we came on about your experience with your popcorn cup and meeting the cast and crew.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
It was awesome. They went on tour and they came to Philly, and I waited outside for a while. It was like 30 minutes, and then Joe Estevez came out, and so I just chatted with Joe Estevez for
that's fantastic.
Probably 20 minutes.
I really hope you got the chance to go up to Greg Turkington and say, "Hey guys."
Oh, I sure did, and and I got them all to. So yeah, eventually the rest of them trickled out. Axiom and the whole crew, and the only one who wasn't there was Mark, unfortunately. But they all signed the popcorn box that I had with me, which I was pretty excited about.
Will you tell Dan that he needs to hurry up and watch a lot of it so we can talk about it?
I've been screaming at him about it.
2. I know.
I'm on to season 3 and I'm nearly on Oscar night 2.
You're being too slow.
Too slow.
I know.
It's great.
I know.
It's truly your favorite critic's favorite critic.
It is fantastic. It's really good. And now we're in Terry Gilliam's Brazil.
Yeah. Again, we're back in it.
You said that like we ever left.
Watch out,
Only
children.
happy days.
This film makes me a bit sick.
Oh, wait. Wasn't Ron Howard in Happy Days?
I was just about to say, yeah, he
Wow.
was. And now all you've got me in my head is Clint Howard sings TV themes of yesteryear.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. The weekend comes, we're having fun.
The Love Boat.
And he just starts doing hummed ones too. Where he's like,
Bomb.
His theme from Dragnet will live on in all of us.
Clint, you did some great work out there, man.
He does the grandstand thing.
Oh, yeah. I love that you went the grandstand of all the shows, this really obscure UK sports programme.
Obscure? It was like the biggest thing ever.
In the UK? That's like saying, oh, it's brilliant for 4 people.
Macaulay Culkin, will you be my friend?
Are you saying that our fans don't love Grandstand? I find that very hard to believe.
The overlapping circles between hardcore cult film enthusiasts who enjoy listening to things like this.
And my dad.
and Ben's dad. It's like the same overlap for John Madden.
Hey, I'm into it.
That's like that shirt is 1991.
He's mesmerized. Uh-oh.
It's like you say, though, I'm just still stunned that they've managed to make a shirt that's so luminous, so bland and generic looking.
Yeah. Ugh. It's always so melty all over his hands.
This is what I mean. This is why I'm going to sue the makers of this film. Because I'm getting motion sickness.
It's really gross. It's really gross.
The Matrix was less vomit-inducing.
That shot right there is so funny to me, of him just being like, what the fuck is happening?
I feel like he's the only one who's on his wavelength, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's making his own film. No one else knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're in The Wicker Man now.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, no, it's the director's cut.
Shut
up. Check out Best Little Horror House in Philly, The Wicker Man episode starring Dan.
Available where all good podcasts are.
Yep.
It's really good. He says my name at one point.
He sure does.
Well, this is the same Ben, by the way, who introduced me to The Wicker Man in the first instance.
Ah, there you go.
As in the film in general?
Yeah, you were the one who... Right, so I said this...
Sorry, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Wow.
No, you were the one who got me into it. So my uncle gave me a copy of the film when I was quite young and was like, oh, Dan, you'll probably quite like
So I
this.
didn't introduce you to your uncle.
No, he gave it to me, and I did that thing that most relatives do when they get an unwanted gift and go, yeah, sure, thanks, and then I put it in the bin and never watched it.
Famously.
Dan hates his uncle.
You heard it here first.
Please don't tell the newspapers.
Yeah. Please record this for posterity.
But then, when we were in university together, I mentioned to you just in passing that I was getting into sort of Hammer horror films and sort of Amicus stuff, and you were like, oh yeah, The Wicker Man should be great. And I was like, I've never seen it. And your exact words to me... Oh, 1 second. That's getting cut. I did a big burp. Your exact words to me, Ben, were, Dan, how have you not seen The Wicker Man? It's your movie. It's one of those films where you'll either watch it and think it's the greatest film ever made and you'll love it to the day you die, or you'll think it's rubbish and you'll still love it because you like bad films.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I was probably pissed.
And you really...
That's pissed in the English sense, meaning drunk.
It became almost militant. You were just sort of sat there like, you need to see this film as soon as possible. And eventually I kind of just went, oh, fine, okay. And I sat down and watched it. And then that was how I got into The Wicker Man. It's
I
my
did not
favourite
know
film. Yeah, you introduced me to my favourite film.
Wow.
A true mitzvah.
We're becoming closer all the time. Meanwhile, meanwhile in Evil Ice Cream Land. So, lads, has a plot developed at all?
Not really.
There's some loose threads. They might tie together. They might not.
I've been watching the images on the screen, but I've not been able to determine what's happening.
See, this is the thing. It's like, it's not like there are things to enjoy in this movie, but like every 20 minutes, I like check how much is left of it, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe how much of this movie is left.
Like, who's this film for?
Loners, alcoholics, unemployed people, me.
Mentally ill people.
Me again.
Out of work ice cream man.
Me
Clint
again.
Howard.
Me
Clint
again.
Howard. For his CV.
Maybe Ron Howard. I bet he watches his brother's movies. He seems supportive.
I bet he watches him pissed, laughing his head off.
It's a real nice film you did there.
Yeah,
We're gonna put it on the.
He calls up
put it on the
Clint.
fridge.
He calls up Clint and just makes fun of him, drunk as hell. He's like,
Your movie sucks.
Clint, I watched your latest movie. It sucked. Your shit. Click.
Mom, put your latest on the fridge.
Narrator voice. She didn't.
Yeah. Whenever he posts on Twitter about his achievements, Ron always leaves some snarky comment underneath. So it's also like funnier and better.
Yep. What is this outfit that they have?
I believe it's from Street Fighter.
I believe that's from the
Is
the
she
documentary
Cammy?
Recess.
Hmm.
I believe it's from the documentary Recess that aired on the Disney Channel.
I love that show.
Oh, so fun.
It was based on this film.
Wow. Good for them.
Why do they have rockets?
As weapons against the ice cream man.
Rockets.
Yeah, what we didn't tell you.
It was the end of the Cold War.
Yeah.
Like Cold War paranoia at the time.
Yeah.
What we didn't tell you, Ben, is that this film
The
actually.
Russians were the old boogeymen.
Nuclear
Now in the
proliferation
90s.
was at an all-time high.
Exactly. In the 90s, the new boogeymen would be ice cream men. With crooked teeth.
Well, the last 10 minutes of this film turns into the day after.
Yeah.
Um,
They're putting the cold in the Cold War. Nailed it. Stuck the landing.
Perfect.
That was pretty good.
This one's getting a release.
I like this like Zelda music playing.
All the way he walks, like he's, you know.
I've just got the image of Clint Howard using the Song of Storms to get rid of everybody.
One of us is going to do that.
All the kids get sucked up and blown away.
Wow. That looks like someone carrying something very light and trying to make it look very heavy.
That's another trope we've had through today. Like people walking weird. All 3 films we've watched tonight have had somebody doing a very strange or weird walk at some point.
And we've not watched any Steven Seagal films, which is good.
Well, I imagine that that's all controlled through the Ministry of Silly Walks, which I understand is big in England.
Yes, we are currently regulating. Ben, funnily enough, starts his tenureship in there as senior of Ministry of Silly Walks.
Wow.
I'm doing a silly walk right now.
He is. He's
That makes it even more impressive that you're commentating this movie.
It's not the sound of Dan trying to fold his greasy food away.
Speaking of greasy food, I'm going to have to disappear and get this grease off my greasy fingers.
Wow.
How dare you disappear?
Sorry, you're going to have to cover
so
again.
unprofessional.
I'm a monster. So sorry.
Oh my god,
Forgive
just as
me.
Clint pierces it with a knife.
As is the practice, I understand, with ice cream.
Yeah. Famously, this is what they do. Oh, it was just ice cream after all.
Hang on a minute. So, I know I've not been paying too much attention, but the kids are in some sort of spy club thing.
Yeah, well, they're kind of just like friends, and they're like, all right, we're going to spy on this guy because we think he's killing people.
Why do they have ISIS-esque makeup under their eyes?
They take it very seriously, I guess.
They are literally weapons of mass destruction.
This Dutch angle is wild. Why is he shot at such a bizarre angle like that?
Well, when you lace your ice cream with LSD, you have no other choice.
Oh, great. I got the labels mixed up between the LSD spiked and the chocolate.
Are you guys having a party?
Yeah, how often that shit was washed?
Not very.
This is what I think when I watch bad movies. I drift up. I wonder what the catering was like that day.
I also wonder what craft services was like on the ice cream man. Do you think that crafty consisted of ice cream?
I bet no fucker wanted ice cream after this film ever in their lives. I bet Clint Howard's never had any ice cream since this film.
Wow.
When I was making films a few years ago, we shot a film
that does look disgusting.
Every time he touches the ice cream, it's so gross.
I've never been so nauseated. This is like Sarlo. This is the 90s version of Sarlo. It was made by Fellini, but sorry, not Fellini, Pasolini.
The alternate title of this was an ice cream film.
The 120 days of Rocky Road.
The 120 flavors of.
Now his Spy Kids are on him.
Man, what if we watched Spy Kids instead, guys?
It'd probably be a bit better.
Yeah, sure.
We could watch the third one in 3D.
Oh,
Brilliant.
That was Game Over, I believe.
Yeah. I saw that on my birthday.
Wow. I like Spy Kids 1, 2, and 3. I'm just gonna say it.
Spy Kids is brilliant.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have never had the privilege. I've seen Sylvester Stallone acting in it, but
Spy Kids is so cool.
It's just very silly, and Alan Cummings is good in it. He's having a fun time. Danny Trejo is in it.
Oh, you know Alan Cummings from Spice World.
Oh yes,
yeah.
We're covering Spice World next month as well, which is going to be an interesting venture.
Nice.
It's Ben's favourite film, and he says that unironically.
Wow, that's fun.
It's not my favourite film, but I do like it.
I don't know if I've ever seen it, to be honest. I do like Alan Cummings a lot.
You're not missing out on too much.
I recently watched Josie and the Pussycats, and that movie kicked ass.
Oh, I like that film.
Yeah.
That's good. With Rosario Dawson's in that, isn't she?
I was going to review that.
I think so. Yeah, it's really. I like that movie a lot, and the soundtrack rules.
It is good.
And Alan Cummings is in it.
He is invincible after all.
Famously
invincible.
Is that a James Bond reference I have yet to catch
Yes,
up
that
to?
it is.
Okay. When are they going to launch the nukes?
Just wait, man. This is
Just
Chekhov's nuclear rocket.
This is Chekhov's rocket-powered ice cream. Don't you know that famous literary term?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's some alt-right slang, Ben. I'm going to look into it, but I don't trust you anymore.
I like that it says, "Watch out, children." That's fun.
Michael Jackson considers rewrite.
What's baffled me more with this film than anything else is it seems to have gone more on gross out and less on gore. Like, there are a couple of gory bits in it, but the majority of this film's sort of horror element lies more in disgust than in, like, actually showing blood and guts.
Yeah. I mean, is this
Yeah,
rated R? It's got to be, right?
I think it is, yeah.
You spend more time going, ugh, than sort of like,
just
scared.
general unease.
Just general, like, this man does not know how to make ice cream. Why is he a professional ice cream man?
Yeah.
Where did he learn? Where did he school?
I
ice cream?
don't
got
understand how he stays in business. Although these people do buy an obscene amount of ice cream. There was the rocket.
His teeth are not crooked enough to be an ice cream man.
I can live with that. That was a very disappointing nuclear
It sure
explosion,
is.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is bizarre though that like they buy so much ice cream in this town.
They all have terrible teeth.
I guess so.
Like, every time you speak to them, you have to sort of wince a bit because their breath is so bad.
Could you do me a quick favour? Could you reach
No.
over into that mini fridge there and grab me a can of pop out, please?
I blatantly refuse.
Thank you, Ben.
How do you?
It just pulls open.
I need two hands to do this. There we go.
Thank you.
Bob's your uncle.
Ah, good egg. Thank you very much.
I just learned how to open a fridge. Go me. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that's never happened to me before. I just don't.
Don't lie. It's happened many times to us.
Yes, it has.
What else is that
Nickman's
guy
looking
in?
well. I've seen him before.
The dark web.
The dark web. Is that one of them European horror films? I don't really know much about those ones.
I'll send you the videos later.
Excellent. I will await them with great anticipation.
From tor.gov.org.blah. Even I know in the 90s cameras weren't that big.
It's really, really odd because with some very light editing, this could probably just be a kid's horror film.
I don't know.
It is.
It feels like it'd be way too boring for them.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, though. I've seen quite a few Full Moon Kids horror films,
this
and they
feels
are...
like- This feels like a really shit episode of the 2002 Twilight Zone series, starring Forrest Whitaker. That's what it feels like to me.
Maybe
I've
it
never
could
seen
be a bad children's horror movie.
It could be. It could be. But it's just there's no sort of viciousness behind it. It's all very... I mean, it feels like an episode of Goosebumps, basically, where it's just a little bit more gross out.
Yeah, this could have been...
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
If you trimmed like a half hour out of this, you could have made this a 2-part episode of Goosebumps and been cruising, baby.
Oh, yeah. R.L. Stein's eyeing up the lawyers now.
Like, for real, like, we don't need this scene of him explaining to her exactly how the pricing works for the film development.
No.
When you give me money, I give you things. That's capitalism.
Yeah,
Explain.
in a nutshell.
Tell me more.
Money can be used to buy goods and services.
She did want peanuts.
Oh, I wanted a hammer.
What is going on with her pants?
It was the 90s, Ben.
It's pajama pants.
Too big. They're too big for outdoors.
What is the mandatory cut-off for trousers?
You wear those indoors. They're pajamas.
Yeah, but you see people walking around in pyjamas outside all the time. Have you ever seen a
They're
school
not
run?
right.
No, they're not right. I don't agree with it, but it's a lifestyle choice they choose to
This
have.
bloke going up to a policeman with 2 ice creams. With his Michael Jackson smile.
Will you accept the cone? Y/N?
No. N.
You are a wise man.
You're just ignorant, Dan. That's ignorant. That's freaky. That's insane in the membrane.
Another.
Oh god, they're fishing for quarters. This film is going on.
We think we've got it. Look at my fucking Grateful Dead shirt.
Brilliant, they've just covered the corpse in broken porcelain.
Why is he wearing that? I don't understand, Dan.
It was the 90s, Ben. A time we remember with great fondness.
Every time he comes on screen, I keep expecting to hear incentive.
The ice cream man is my happening and it freaks me out.
Oh.
What?
Hey, if I had a penny every time that happened to me,
That does happen every time to me.
I'd have £4.67. Silver Shadow 2.
I don't know what the significance of the license plates is.
The significance of the license plates is that was the director's mate who agreed to lend his car for the shoot.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
That's the significance of the license plates. Hey, you have a driving license? I don't.
Hey, ice cream man, I'm walking here.
Hey, that's your actual name, Ice Cream Man. What the fuck?
Oh, he got waffle ironed, baby.
That was a terrible edit.
Yeah, it really is.
He's
It's
the
awful.
waffler.
Yeah.
Golden crispy, that guy was history.
Looks like a horror scream before he fucking did his thing. Hey, I'm the Ice Cream Man. I'm here for sex. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
You want it with sprinkles?
The editing is so bad. He kind of half lifted it, and then they sprayed some red food colouring on his eye.
See, this is a
End scene cut, perfect print.
This is a culture we missed out in the UK, really. We didn't have films like this readily available in video stores. It was normally either by special request or it was edited to hell and you would never be able to see it.
Right.
So we had Fireman Sam.
Yeah, we did, basically.
Yeah.
We've got stuff like Puppet Master, but even then they stopped putting those out after a while. I think they stopped at part 5.
Wow.
We were more into Tiny Tots.
Yeah, but then all the stuff like this, it just never really came to video shops. So I mean, this Vinegar Syndrome release that I own, I had to import from the US because it didn't come out in DVD over here.
Zapped.
In this case, it seems like you may have lucked out.
We dodged a bullet with this one. We'll just stick to our VHS copies of The Wicker Man. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
We were more into Zapped, starring Sophie Aldred.
Now we've got a third overlap ring. People who recognise Grandstand, Zap, and Bizarre. Ben is purposely trying to confuse our American audiences by referencing very obscure UK TV shows.
I hope that child grew up to be very ashamed of the shirt he's wearing.
He still wears it to this day at cons.
The same shirt. It's like ripped.
Yeah.
All because of his shoulders, because of his ginormous.
Well, I think he's
obesity.
kidnapped, isn't he?
I believe so, yes.
In real life or in the film?
Both. Porque no los dos, as they say.
Mr. Ice Cream Man, why have you got red all over your shirt and why do you look so scary?
This is something I would be doing in real life.
Well, little boy. This all happened because the guy got shot in a drug killing.
Well, that just rolls up my sleeves.
Ugh. He reaches in with his hands again.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Nope, no gold this time.
Ugh.
I'm feeling, oh. That's not good.
That's not good.
I think the silence speaks for itself, really.
I'm taking a second to try and suss out what's happening.
He melted that girl.
He melted her with his melting machine. The all ice cream.
That was inside her.
That was her diaphragm.
Yes, and he didn't know what it was, and he looked at it with surprise, and it really made me laugh.
There's the kid from Cool Runnings.
So I have some notes for the film to take away. My first one is, whenever Tuna is not on the screen, people should be asking, where's Tuna?
You're so right.
He looks like the kid from Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
He does.
I see what you mean.
He's got the same annoying hair.
Did you guys...
and attitude.
Did you guys have Keenan and Kel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were big on Nick at Night.
Hell yeah. I wanted to make a I dropped the screw in the tuna reference. But I wasn't sure if it would fly, so I'm glad to hear it.
I don't think I was into it as much as you were, Dan.
It's all groovy here.
Wow.
We're all fun.
Yeah. I was more of a Cartoon Network kid.
Yeah, I was big on
Fair.
Nick, and whenever the parents could afford it, Disney, because we had to pay for the Disney Channel over here. I don't know if it was pay-per-view on the US as well, but
I think it was an
here
additional channel. It was like the first step up included Disney, I think.
Yeah. But Ben was firmly Camp Cartoon Network and didn't really do a lot of dealing with it. Me, I loved Nick at Night. I thought it was great. Stuff like Kablam and all that good stuff.
Hey, I respect Cartoon Network as well. I'm an equal opportunity watcher.
I love that phrase. I respect Cartoon Network. I don't like it, but I respect it.
Cartoon Network had Toonami. Ton of great stuff on there.
It did have Toonami. Well, good anime. Yeah.
I mean,
very good stuff on there.
How many kids got introduced to anime through Toonami? I bet a lot.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, too. Right.
Help me get into Cowboy
Ghost in the
Bebop.
Shell.
You got Cowboy Bebop and all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah.
Evangelion. I think they showed Akira sometimes.
Yeah, they did.
DBZ.
Like
DBZ.
Oh, yes. That was like my soap opera when I was a kid.
Yeah,
exactly. My stories.
Exactly, yeah, because they had like one episode a day. So when your parents would watch fucking Coronation Street, Americans Coronation Street is a documentary we have over here. Did we watch DBZ?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember very well the Frieza saga, Cell saga, so many sagas.
Hell yeah.
Nice saga.
Remember when Trunks showed up? That was rad.
Yeah, it was great.
You were like, he has a sword. That's not... It's purposely retro.
It was so left field. It was one of those ones that caught me completely off guard when I saw it, and then I became obsessed with time travel for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It was all about that.
Time travel, gotta say, pretty cool.
Yeah. Although it depends on which universe you go with. I'm kind of a big fan of the Bill and Ted time travel rules, where you can just sort of say things and then they'll happen.
I like that. I don't really care too much about the rules. Like, I know there are people who love, like Primer, because it's like super in the weeds about the rules of everything, but pretty much that doesn't bother me. Like, I love 12 Monkeys is great.
Oh, that's a good film.
I mean,
Good film.
That is a very good film.
yeah, and this is not exactly a hot take, but I like Back to the Future. Surprise,
Really?
surprise, yes.
We got a Back to the Future fan in the crowd
Yeah,
here.
I know. First time for everything,
So
right?
Are these the evil ice cream men?
No, this is I believe it's an institution, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where he was
Clint
housed.
Howard was residing.
And they're all ice cream men.
Yeah, no, they're just people with various problems.
Yes.
But they're all So this is Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Yes, effectively.
So where's the Riddler?
That
I
guy,
wanna see
right
the
there.
I want to
That's him.
with his Jerry Seinfeld shirt on.
Yes.
Ah.
He's going to ask what is the deal with riddles, and then he'll give you a riddle.
I can't believe I'm dating a 17-year-old.
Okay, that's the joke of the show. Ben, you got to up your game. Because I know I can't compete with that, but you've probably got a chance.
I'm too busy trying to suss out what the fuck this avant-garde film we're watching is to come up with any jokes. So Arkham Asylum, and they're all ice cream men and ladies.
No,
Yes.
they're not ice cream men.
No,
and
they're not
ladies.
ice cream people.
Yes, they are. They're ice cream men.
They're
There's
just
no ice
following
cream
the
people.
parade.
They are,
This is the Black
This is what
Parade that
this is what
Gerard
the
Way was
profession
talking
drove them
about.
to.
It's not an asylum.
They have PTISD.
That's also known as brain freeze.
Yes.
Yes, that it's a
they have
symptom.
brain freeze.
God, I feel so dirty for that joke. I'm going.
So what does that say about oral sex on the wall?
Could you please untuck his shirt? It's making me sick.
Have you seen my better half? Oh, he's pooping.
It's the Poopin' Twins.
They appear to have their hand in the pooper.
Oh, they're fighting. Oh, they're touching each other's beards.
He's grooming him.
This film took an interesting turn.
This is the least disturbing, terrifying scene I'm supposed to have seen ever.
This
This is
fucking
the
guy.
nicest asylum I've ever. This
Doctor's
is the nicest
orders.
asylum I've ever seen.
I like that someone
Well, that
drew a duck and labeled it duck.
Well, that just tucks my shirt in.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. It's only going to be a 2-star
That was
review on
the,
Yelp
that was
from
the
me.
most realistic punch I've ever seen in a movie. Bravo, Jerry.
oh, get his ass.
That was pretty good.
He
Yeah.
just tapped his stomach. Ugh,
Ow!
you punched me.
A double exit.
Wow.
Why's the fun?
Hey guys, don't forget we've got to film the running down the stairs shot.
Nailed it.
Okay, guys, this is the running down the stair shot. It's really important.
Excuse me, director, is it important that we have him run down all the stairs? Could we not just crossfade to him being at the bottom?
Shut the fuck up, you degenerate. This is the running down the stairs shot.
This is my
Have a
art.
rave.
This is my auteur theory, okay?
Just leads him to the back of the building with a golf club.
Do I come down to your bathroom and tell you how to piss in a pot?
Oh, wow. I've never seen such a bored fight in my life.
Oh, come back, we'll have fun.
It's not a fight, though. They just want to be loved.
Ah, it's so nice to see such a positive portrayal of mental illness.
Yes, certainly so. Certainly the
I've never been
case.
more confused in my life.
Yeah, they need someone to help them. They're stuck with no one up there.
This film needs to be on the website 366weirdmovies.com. It's avant-garde.
I think you've mentioned it in all 3 films now.
It's a good site. Go visit it. I have no
Ah!
affiliation with it, but there we are.
Oh god, he's got the truck.
Oh my god. Another oversized button down.
But where's Tuna?
Where's Tuna? Ha!
I love that shot. I love that close-up of him in the car where the car is obviously still.
He's
And
just
they're
been
rocking
rocked.
it.
He's trolling for Tuna. That's a pretty good joke, Clint. Put him in the freezer.
This
Get in there, Tuna.
Sorted.
he kind of reminds me of a sleep paralysis demon.
He should have. Okay, clearly the joke there would have been to say that he was putting the tuna on ice.
Ah. Missed opportunity from Clint Howard.
Yeah.
But then again, we've come to expect that from the lesser Howard.
Something seems a bit fishy to me.
Sure does.
If the police officers find Tuna in the freezer and pull him out and don't say this tuna smells funny, I'm going to be really upset.
Why don't you tune in to Insert joke here.
To the best
Nailed
little
it.
horror house in Philly.
Yeah, there we go. Great plug.
Uploaded on a semi-regular basis and full of very, very, very good things.
Yeah.
Did you know that Dan signed photo of Tommy Wiseau on his desk?
Yes, I do.
I just thought I ought to tell everyone that.
It took a while for you to notice that, but yeah.
Huh.
It just says, to Dan, love, Tommy
Hell
Wiseau.
yeah.
And
This
then
guy, they just reestablished that he's not a police officer. And he just pulled out a gun and it's like, we're going after them.
He's clearly a prisoner. Look, he's got like the black and white stripes. He's like a prisoner from the 20s. It's like the Shawshank Redemption. This film is a sequel to the Shawshank Redemption.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Morgan Freeman in Ice Cream Man.
I remember the ice cream.
Get in the back, tuna.
I still think back to the ice cream man.
I still think back to your Groove is in the Heart t-shirt.
And Alec Baldwin was on the wall.
Where he went, no one can say.
Every time I look at his shirt, I always think of I couldn't ask for another.
Delight.
I couldn't ask for another.
Great song.
Mm.
Now it's illegal to use this channel.
It's illegal to tune into the #1 station in Block West.
8.5.
8.5.5.6666789425332144415 FM.
The ticket will get you the seat, but you only need the edge.
Don't be
That's
careful.
me.
Get murdered.
Cock your gun like you're in a film. Like you're in a fictional film of some kind.
It's funny because that's the prop gun.
That's the they bought that at Asda. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, sounds like we got a customer.
Sounds like there's still 20 minutes of the film left.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Is that true?
Oh.
No, at the minute we have... It's not far off, though. It's 1 hour and 12 minutes in, and it's a 1 hour 26 film.
Wow.
So we've got 15 minutes left.
Sorry, we're in the home stretch.
I've got a really good idea.
Go
Why
on.
don't we watch the film again?
Hey, I got time.
But we'll be silent all the way through it,
Hey.
and then release that as the video.
Hey, well, if you're at all interested, we were planning to do Rock and Roll High School at some point in the near future. If you want to get your double feature Cliff on.
Hell yeah.
That's a good.
I fucking
you can
love
have
that
on your
movie.
podcast. That's a horror film.
Oh, it's such a good film.
That's a horror film.
Hey, I'm multifaceted, baby. I have more interest than just horror.
It's a
Yeah,
horrible film.
Well, we thought.
Wow,
we thought
harsh.
we thought we'd invite you onto the show as a first time guest with just something that was maybe a little bit in your wheelhouse, and if things went well and you were happy, we could maybe branch out into a few more diverse, culty bits.
What happened there? Was he
Um,
pretending to be like a frame?
Yeah.
yes,
On the wall.
Yeah, he sure
Yes, he
was.
Are we just at that point in the film which is like fuck it?
Yeah,
give a shit?
it's
absolutely.
Looney
we are.
Tunes now. Forget it, Ben. It's the ice cream man.
Forget it, Ben. It's a load of bollocks.
Oh, another Roman Polanski famous shithead reference.
Yes.
Oh no, that was a very overdub scream.
Ah.
That
And that was a
actually
very good
looked
special
pretty good,
effects.
I think.
I'm just reminded of the Timothy Dalton bit in Hot Fuzz where he goes over onto the
Oh, yeah.
model village pillar.
That's right.
I
Trainsicle.
think in that film he says I want some ice cream as well.
What's a train signal?
I don't know.
A train sickle is a metal prong used to hold down trains onto the tracks when they are running
He's
along the tracks.
pleased as
Now
punch.
you know.
Do you guys
tracks
agree
really
that
suits him.
actually looked pretty good, or do you disagree?
I think that looked alright.
Yeah.
For a film like this,
Yeah.
I think that's arguably one of the best effects in the
Yeah,
film.
I think that so far that's my favorite kill.
Yeah.
Even though it's
I can get
simple.
behind that.
This music, again, just terrible.
You're right there, Ben.
Yes,
Ben's having technical difficulties.
The music has slain him.
we got there in the end. Don't worry.
He was trying to lock and reload. Oh,
What the? What? Now we're in a Jim Henson film.
This rules.
Now we're in the Dark Crystal.
This rules, honestly. This is great.
Muppets Killer
Hey,
Carol.
we're watching Labyrinth now. When does David Bowie turn up? As the world falls down.
Oh, God.
It's me, Clint.
That's the thing that scares them.
Remember me when I killed your brother?
The 2 severed heads, fine.
That was great. I like that a lot.
What the fuck? I love how he knows where their throat muscles are to actually move their mouths. To make them like puppets. I like to think this entire scene was improvised.
Good humor. Oh my god. Great
Maybe
joke.
the director was like...
Oh,
Maybe
God.
the director was like, we're 2 minutes short of the runtime. Clint, do some nonsense.
Wow. I genuinely missed that joke the first time through. And I'm pretty impressed by it, I gotta say.
Impressed would be a word.
I think we're approaching the point in the film where it's just starting to get irritating, but in a very entertaining way.
I'm glad that you're approaching the point where it's just starting to get irritating.
Yeah, I'm in full-on Stockholm Syndrome stage. I'm starting to like it.
Maybe it's not so bad. Look, he's got puppets.
Yeah. It's gone fully off the rails now.
That's assuming it was on the rails to begin with.
True.
I take it that this isn't going to be your movie of the year, then.
Oh, Dan, I'll be watching this when I go home.
Brilliant. Lend you the Blu-ray. You can see it in full 1080p.
I'm gonna wake my wife up.
Even better.
Say, what? Shut the up and listen to this.
Clint Howard's got something to say.
Clint Howard's got something
He's got
to
a
say.
good humor pun to make.
He can control people's severed heads like Labyrinth.
Oh, I know that I'm beating a dead horse here, but wow, that music is just oppressively bad.
When you get chance, man, at some point I'll have to show you the soundtrack to Nutbag. It's just... I know I banged on that film about so many times, but it's true terror in soundtrack format.
Wow.
It makes this sound like A Clockwork Orange.
Wow, that is pretty low praise.
You're not my mum. You're like 14.
He's not his mum anyway.
You're not anyone's mum.
You're right.
There's only one ice cream man in this film, and nobody is nobody's mum.
Everyone knows ice cream men don't have mums. They're immaculately conceived.
It's
They're
true.
born out of the ice cream scoop.
Yeah, they
Yes.
find them. It's similar to like how you find Cabbage Patch dolls under a cabbage. You find ice cream men under an ice cream truck.
When a mummy and daddy want to buy a Neapolitan very much.
What is all this noise? Who do you think put in the worst performance in this movie?
The 12-year-old playing his mum.
Clint Howard clearly puts in the best
Yeah,
performance.
I
in
mean,
this
that's
film.
no doubt.
Clint Howard would there, playing the hero.
I'm gonna say probably Old Man Grandma. Sorry, the 30-year-old
She's really bad.
old lady.
You don't want to play with the ice cream man.
Possibly one of the cops. There was a cop in particular I remember who was just very like,
Yeah. That one who had
Not
the
on this
eyeball
day.
in his mouth is really bad.
yeah.
I think he's also the one who's like, sorry, ice cream man.
I mean, the merciful thing about this film is it never quite gets Resident Evil level
No.
dialogue bad. But
Certainly not.
But I bet every Christmas or so, he still gets all the family together to watch his 2-second role in this film. And he's like, look, this is when I was famous.
poor Tuna.
This is when I came into the... And he starts crying.
Keep that kid visible.
I reckon every Christmas is an awkward Christmas at the Howard household.
Do you think that Ron makes Clint polish all his Oscars?
I want to see my face in that guy's head.
Ah, he's an ice cream
Ow.
ninja.
My one weakness, weird-looking spoons.
Where was
Oh no,
I?
I'm I'm allergic to stainless steel.
I'm allergic. Oh no, I'm allergic to nonsense.
Oh no, fudge and cream.
Clint Howard's forehead there was at least 3 foot long.
That actually sounds really good. I'd never seen that before. Like a fudge version of a creamsicle.
Yeah, get behind that. We have chocolate, strawberry, and milk flavored over here, and that's it. Yeah.
What
like
flavor
literally
is
just
milk?
sweetened.
It's just.
It's just milk.
That's
but with sugar
so
in it.
bizarre.
It tastes like mother.
It tastes like what?
He said it tastes like mother.
No. I didn't say that. Shut up.
One of the best ice creams that I ever had was there's like a cookie brand called Tate's. And they make these like really nice, very buttery, thin cookies. They're like real crispy. And my grandmother lives near the like original bake shop where like Kathleen Tate operated out of.
Wow.
Well, this is a great story to tell while we're in like the backstory of what happened.
Still a bit of acting. He got nonsense injected in his head.
He used to be a PhD laureate, but now.
Sorry, go on.
Basically, so they like make these really good cookies, and they sell at the like original bake shop. They sell like chipwiches on the cookies, and they did a creamsicle ice cream between 2 white chocolate macadamia cookies, and it was just out of this world.
Oh, sign me up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Me and the missus, we really want to come to America at some point just for the food.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because there's so much good stuff that you have over there that we don't have over here. So much stuff that would literally probably kill us, so that we just are like, bring on.
This
bring
is
it on.
literally like knocking off Friday the 13th Part 2 when she pretends to be Mrs. Voorhees.
Yes.
I've been to the US of A.
Oh yes.
Well, Florida, so I don't know if that counts.
That's its own sovereign nation.
Every American I speak to, George, always says that. Whenever I say I've been to Florida, they just say, "Oh, that doesn't count."
Yeah. It's comprised entirely of people who have no regard for society and retirees.
That's true.
Apologies to people in Florida, but you know it's true.
Yeah, it seems like a fair assessment.
Wow.
Ice cream dick.
That was really mean.
Tuna
really
is
good
covered
pun.
in something.
The writer's like, I'm so proud I
Wasabi,
came up
maybe.
with that pun.
Of all the ice cream puns they could have come up with.
Yeah, ice cream dick.
That's
There's about 1,001 other things they could have said. Looks like you need to cool off.
yeah. Chill out, man.
That's not very ice thing to do, is it?
Looks like he's just hit a rocky road.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
I guess the Iceman didn't come off.
It appears to be snowing glitter.
Sounds like Final Fantasy.
It's snowing end of third act juice.
Have we seen that woman before?
No, I don't think we have.
Sure. Why not?
The brain cells collected from this film's runtime are now being scattered on the cast and crew.
Why are they wearing their army berets?
They're all in ISIS.
This is insane.
They're all real IRA.
They recruited. They recruited
ISIS.
him. Oh wow.
Yes.
ISIS. That's really good.
We're just...
Of course, it all comes together.
Well, I hope you've learned, George, through this experience that we pride ourselves on trying to get below the bottom of the barrel where possible.
They're all real IRA.
That was brilliant.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Oh,
go.
dear.
Ice Cream Man
God,
2, baby!
Can't wait, mate.
It was going to act as a sequel to The Ice Cream Man, but also to Look Who's Talking.
Turn around.
Creepy smile.
Damien smiling.
And
Fade to
cut.
black. Oh, fade to black, okay.
freeze frame credits. And
that's a wrap, folks.
Look, and you can hear the director. You can hear him. If you listen carefully, you can hear him saying, "That'll do."
Yeah, certainly so.
Fuck it.
Export. I've got to be somewhere in 5 minutes.
I've got it's the 90s. I've got cocaine to do.
So yeah, that was the Ice Cream Man, and
don't talk about it like it was something important. That was the Ice Cream Man.
We'll
from the Criterion.
Truly, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Ice Cream Man.
So we'll just go around quickly. Ben, what did you make of the Ice Cream Man?
I loved it. I mean, it was nonsensical in almost every single possible fashion, but it was great.
Good. Glad to hear it. And George,
I view it in the same way as you'd view a film like, Un Chien Andalou, or
A Trip to the Moon,
or Begotten, or one of those other weird films.
The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari
that people pretend to like.
And George, what did you make of the Ice Cream Man?
I think we really stumbled on something earlier where they should have cut half hour from this, pitched it to whatever Canadian broadcasting network made Goosebumps, and just called it a day, because I think it would have been a really good and scary episode of Goosebumps, and instead it's kind of a pretty middle of the road movie that I guess it has its moments. I certainly laughed a couple times, and there are some good like gross out moments, and Clint Howard's doing his thing. But I mean, there's so many movies to watch and so little time that I'm like, would I recommend it to someone? Maybe not.
It's like I'm hearing Dan in stereo here. I've got Dan literally on my right side, but then I've got another Dan in my left side. It's so strange.
I agree.
It's quite disturbing.
I agree with your sentiments almost entirely, man. I think that this is not a great movie. I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh man, you got to see Clint Howard, the performance of the year. But yeah, it's fun. I took a gamble on it when I picked it up from Vinegar Syndrome about a year or two ago, and I have no regrets over watching it. I probably won't watch it again for a while, but yeah, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I think, listen, if you get in the right attitude and the right mood for it, this certainly could be a fun group watch if you like, when you're allowed to hang out with people again. And yeah, I mean, I think that it's certainly you could do a lot worse if you threw this movie on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's one of those films that's best enjoyed with a few beers and some like-minded people, as has been the case tonight.
Indeed.
Fantastic.
Dan, do you ever get disturbed by that picture of Tommy Wiseau on your desk?
No,
his stare does it not upset
Does it talk to you?
I keep the Tommy Wiseau picture on my desk as motivation.
It's just
to
that
keep
I've
me
been
going.
staring at it now for about 90 minutes, and it's upsetting me a bit.
It's beautiful. He sent me like 2 of them, so
Beautiful.
my partner's got one that's just got the autograph on, and mine's personalised. But yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for joining us, George. And once again, would you like to remind us of your show and where people can check it out?
Absolutely. I am George, the host of the best little horror house in Philly. And if you like us, you can check out the podcast pretty much wherever. We're on all major podcast platforms. And by now, Dan's episode will be out. And who knows? Maybe we'll get everyone on there as well. And by the time you said this is like April, right? Yeah, we could probably get something scheduled in that time. So yeah, look for those eps as a starting point. And it's a fun show. It's a very positive place. And I think that the reason that Dan and I get along so well is because we have very similar opinions on stuff. And so if you're already listening to this show, what the heck are you doing not listening to my show too? Get over there.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, the guy, get over there. Stop watching this now. This is just the wind down.
You're on Spotify right this minute.
Carpe diem,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, George, for joining us. It's been a really, really fun time having you on board. Ben, would you like to close out the episode in your traditional, typical way?
Well, I don't have anything to plug because I'm just me. So
He's just Ben, baby.
Listen listen to Dan's show sometimes. I'm on it sometimes. I'm probably the funniest part of it. So enjoy. Bye.
Take care, everybody.